as it is without doing certain changes in it. So changes means
Hello,
we
hello,
are
hello,
actually
hello.
opting for some kind of refinement before
Why?
feeding it to the
Hello
parcel,
YouTube.
because those refinements are also
Hello.
Hey Ushi
equally
Chodu.
necessary to remove any kind of dilemma
Jai Shri Chadu.
in compilers parsing phase. Why this
Oh
dilemma can
yeah.
occur? Because there are some situations where this
Hello
CFG
Gandu.
should be provided
YouTube
in a
Gandu.
simplified manner to the parser. So one of the simplification we have learned just. So that one is the removal of ambiguous grammar. So we should eliminate any ambiguity if occurs, then we should eliminate that before feeding it to the parser. But there are some more simplifications required before feeding it to the parser for creating the derivation tree or the parse tree. So we will look on those portions as well, that what are the other simplification process which we should conduct on CFG for feeding it to the parser, so that parser can easily take the decision for creation of your derivation tree or parse tree, or the input string when it will take, it can easily create the parse tree and can tell the result that whether that input string is accepted by that parser or not, or by your machine or not. Okay, so is my screen visible to all of you? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so first line, the CFG simplification, the first line I have already taught, that if there is any ambiguous grammar present in your CFG, then we should not give that to the parser, because parser will be having more than one options to derive your production rules, and it will land up to two different or more than one different types of derivation trees. So that means it can have more than one possibilities of leftmost derivation, it can have more than one possibilities of rightmost derivation, and eventually at the end it can land up to create more than one derivation tree. So which one is the perfect one and which one not to take for that moment, for particular that input string, that will be a very in a very dilemma situation for your compiler. Okay, so in this case what we should do, we should rewrite our grammar in such a way that there should not be any ambiguity in that particular grammar rule set. And apart from the first point of simplification, we have to also take care the rest of the points which are mentioned in my slide. That means we have to take care about the useless variables present in your production rules. So if in my production rule set there are any useless variables, so what do I mean by useless variable? So I have already told last day that whenever any input or production rule set as an input will be given to you, so there will be one production which is the starting of the all the production. So how do you judge that? By looking at the non-terminal symbols, that which one of the non-terminal symbol is not appearing at the right hand side. So if it is appearing at the right hand side, so that means sometimes it can be your starting symbol or sometimes it may not. But if it is not appearing in the right hand side, then definitely that is going to be your the starting symbol. So we have to find out among all the production rule set that which production can be your starting production, where you can start your derivation or you can create your parse tree. You can opt that particular symbol as your root node of your parse tree. Okay, so so among all the production rule set, you have easily identified that which one will be your starting production, and that production's left hand side will always be your root node or starting symbol. That's okay. But there may exist some of the production in your production rule set from starting symbol to a generation of your input string, which is at the bottommost level, means leaf level. There may exist some of the production rule existing in your production rule set. They can never be reached. Okay, but still they are part of your production set. Okay, production rule set. So in that case, you should first identify those useless variables or useless non-terminals, which are already part of your production rule set, but that production is not going to happen at any moment of time, because the journey which you have started from your starting symbol, and you want to reach to the bottommost level, that means leaf level, for derivation tree. So your useless symbols are never going to come in between these two means level. Okay, so those symbols will be your useless symbols. They are unnecessarily present in your production toolset. So let me show you that how you can identify your useless symbol. Let me open the board first. Okay, so till the board opens, I must discuss some other points also. Next, the simplification process is that, as I told you, that we always prefer not to have any productions having the uh, epsilon generation. Like here you can see capital A produces epsilon. So such type of epsilon productions we are not going to entertain, because that is why I told you that we have to convert from our regular expression to NFA. And in NFA, if there is any epsilon transition, then we should remove those, and we should create its corresponding DFA to eliminate any kind of non-definiteness. Okay, so any non-definiteness we are not going to tolerate. So definitely we will see that in our production rule set, in our grammar production rule set, we will not entertain any production which is having such type of productions. That is, your non-terminal produces any epsilon. Okay, so epsilon will be treated here as a terminal value, but in your parser, this epsilon production we are not going to entertain. Okay, next simplification process will be, if these kinds of unit productions are present, that means suppose you are writing A produces B, then B produces C, C produces D. So why not to write A produces D directly? Why go via B and C, which are intermediate non-terminal values, but they are consuming some memories, or they are unnecessarily increasing the labels of your derivation tree. Okay, so if there exists such kind of unit productions, then we should definitely take care of that, and we should make a provision that before processing, we remove such kind of unit production. So before feeding it to the parser for derivation tree, we should remove such kind of unit production. So let me first show you that what do I mean by useless production. Suppose I'm having a production like this: S produces AB. Then I'm writing A produces small x, B produces small y, oblique D, and then I'm writing C produces small I, and D produces suppose small g. Okay, suppose this is the production set given to you. So here, before processing, before feeding it to the parser, first you should look that is there any non-terminal present here, or who is not working at all, but still it is present in my grammar rule set. So you can see this production is the first production, means this is my production number 1. Okay, because from here you will start your derivation, either leftmost derivation or rightmost derivation, doesn't matter, but you will start your derivation from here. So you will opt this leftmost symbol of this production 1 as your root node in your parse tree. This S is going to be your root node. So you will definitely, you will draw your tree like this. So you will produce your derivation tree of for this production like this. That S produces AB, and AB will be its children node, and from left to right. So you should not change the ordering of these left leftmost child and rightmost child. So you should keep these as it is. Okay. Next, if you think that at this level, whether there is any chance of expansion or not. So yes, there are chances because A and B both are non-terminal values, so they are further derivable. So obviously you should go for any production which is talking about the derivation of X. So yes, this one is for talking about your A. So this one is your production for your A. So you should take this as a production rule number 2 because this you are right now deriving. Okay. Next, for B again, you have two possibilities to derive B. Either you can replace it with Y, or you can further replace this with D. So let's suppose I am replacing it with D. So I will write B produces D, and at this level only capital D is further derivable because X is a terminal value. So that is why it is represented in smaller case. So when I will plan to derive my D, I will replace this with J. Okay. So at this level, in my leaf labels, I'm not having any pending non-terminal left, which is not yet derived. Okay. So all the non-terminals are derived up to this label. Okay. Now I will start reading my leaf labels from left to right. So I will get my input string as XT, right? So XT. Now, when I was deriving this tree and I was creating it, I have seen that this production is being used, this production is being used, but this production is not being used, but still it is there in my production rule set. So then this production symbols are basically my useless symbol. So this C can never be reached if I start from S, because for C there is no any scope for expanding. So C is nobody's children. So there is no any scope that I can reach to this particular production for expanding. Okay. So I should remove this production from my rule set, and I should rewrite my rule set with this 4 different productions. So this one is my third production, and this one is my fourth production. Okay. Okay, so that means my useless symbol I have identified, and I have eliminated that at the early stage. Okay, now I should look for any kind of unit productions are there or not. Then I should remove those also. Like I have already told that suppose say if I am writing like this, that produces another production, B produces I'm writing here B produces C. Suppose I'm writing C produces D. Like this, in my production rule set, there are three production rules. So why unnecessarily I will be using this B and C symbol? Because this is nothing but an equivalent production. A produces D. So why not I am using it directly? I will rewrite my grammar in this way that A produces D. So unnecessarily these are called unit production. So I should not use those symbols because this is going to increase my derivation trees level. Like here this is my level 0. This is my level 0. Likewise, this is my level 1. Okay, so my tree's length is up to 3. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So unnecessarily, if there will be more than one unit production present and I will not handle them carefully, then unnecessarily this will increase the level of my derivation tree, and that I will not want, because when the trees levels are increasing, so you are using these non-terminals, and these non-terminals are consuming memory space unnecessarily because they are not at all needed. If I will write this A produces D, then that will be equivalently working as these 3 productions are working. Okay, so you should take care about these unit productions as well. Okay. Now I should talk about epsilon production. So what I should do, suppose in my production rule set, let me write a production rule set here. Suppose I have written this type of production. Oh, sorry, capital A produces capital A, B, then suppose small a, then capital C. Capital C. Okay. Next, I have written capital A is BC. Next, suppose I have got a production B produces small b oblique, then epsilon. Okay. So epsilon, let me write it with small e I am writing. Okay. So this e is nothing but epsilon here. Just remember that, huh? Small e I am writing. So this is nothing but epsilon here. Okay. So similarly, suppose I have production for capital C also. That is C produces capital D oblique again. D produces. Okay, so these are my production, but among these productions, I have two different productions for B and C, which is leading me to the epsilon production. So actually, I should make a provision that in my rewritten grammar, there should not be any epsilon production, because epsilon production, I told you that happens in case of your NFA, but in case of your parser, we will try to feed that by converting that to DFA. So in that case, I should not entertain any kind of production which is allowing epsilon production. Okay, epsilon producing is not allowed in any of your production rule set. So what I should write then? Then I should make a provision that where this epsilon will be utilized, there I will put this epsilon, and I will rewrite this grammar in such a way that the equivalent rule set should be present. What I mean to say, हम लोग यहाँ पे एक इक्विवेलेंट ग्रामर रूल सेट हम लोग रीराइट करेंगे जो कि सेम रिजल्ट देगा, which will give the same result as this, but in that rewritten grammar there will not be any epsilon production. Okay, तो इसका मतलब ये कब पॉसिबल है कि अगर कभी भी मेरे डेरिवेशन ट्री क्रिएट करते वक्त मुझे एप्सिलॉन प्रोड्यूस करना पड़ा, तो एप्सिलॉन प्रोड्यूस करने के पहले मेरा इनपुट स्ट्रिंग या फिर लीफ लेवल क्या था, वो अगर मैं पहले से ही डिसाइड कर लूं. सिमिलरली सी को भी जहां जहां मुझे एप्सिलॉन के जरिए रिप्लेस करना पड़ रहा था, तो उसके जरिए मुझे देखना पड़ेगा कि जहां जहां सी आया है वहां पे एप्सिलॉन पुट करने के बाद क्या उसका लीफ लेवल का हाल हो रहा है, तो उससे हम लोग रिप्लेस करेंगे. तो इसका मतलब है कि देख लो यहाँ पे मान लो कि जहां जहां बी आया है, तो बी कहाँ कहाँ पे आया है, पहला प्रोडक्शन यहाँ पे आपको बी दिख रहा है, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे भी आपको बी दिख रहा है. सिमिलरली सी आपको यहाँ पे दिख रहा है, और सी आपको राइट हैंड साइड में यहाँ पे दिख रहा है, राइट. ये सेकेंड वाला प्रोडक्शन पे आपको सी दिख रहा है. ओके, यहाँ पे. सो इसका मतलब हमें ऐसा कोशिश करना चाहिए कि हम अपने ग्रामर को इसी तरीके से रीराइट करें कि वो इक्विवेलेंट रिजल्ट दे, बट उस ग्रामर रूल सेट में कोई भी एप्सिलॉन प्रोडक्शन ना रहे. ओके, सो जहां जहां बी या फिर जहां जहां सी आया है वहां पे एप्सिलॉन पुट करके हम देखेंगे कि प्रोडक्शन में क्या चेंजेस आ रहा है. सो लेट्स सी कि हम लोग यहाँ पे लिख रहे हैं कि ए प्रोड्यूसेस कैपिटल ए, मान लो कि मैं यहाँ पे बी की जगह पे एप्सिलॉन पुट कर रही हूँ. ओके, सो इफ आई विल पुट एप्सिलॉन हियर, देन इट विल गिव मी ए स्मॉल ए एंड सी. मैंने बी की जगह पे एप्सिलॉन पुट कर दिया है. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द पॉसिबिलिटी कि अगर मेरा एप्सिलॉन को हटाना है, इसका मतलब मुझे इस पहले प्रोडक्शन में ये प्रोडक्शन को रखना पड़ेगा, सो दैट वो इसका इक्विवेलेंट रिजल्ट दे सके। सिमिलरली अगर सी की जगह पे हम लोग एप्सिलॉन पुट करते हैं यही सेम फर्स्ट प्रोडक्शन पे, तो मेरा ऑप्शन क्या बनेगा, कैपिटल ए, उसके बाद कैपिटल बी, उसके बाद स्मॉल ए, स्मॉल ए, बिकॉज सी को मैंने एप्सिलॉन पुट कर दिया है। ठीक है। सिमिलरली अगर मान लो कि मैं यहाँ पे दोनों जगह पे, मतलब बी और सी दोनों जगह पे अगर मैं एप्सिलॉन पुट कर दूं, देन व्हाट विल बी द रिजल्ट? रिजल्ट क्या होगा? रिजल्ट होगा आपका कि ए बी और सी दोनों ही आपने एप्सिलॉन पुट किया, सो कैपिटल ए विल रिमेन देयर, और बी और सी की जगह पे एप्सिलॉन पुट करने के बाद सिर्फ स्मॉल ए रहेगा, ओनली स्मॉल ए। सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द केस। Okay, so likewise I will write every possible cases after replacing this epsilon in place of b and c at the right hand side. So यहाँ पे आप अगर देखोगे कि ओरिजिनल जो था अगर उसको भी हम लोग रख देते हैं, वो भी अगर है यहाँ पे, नो प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज हम लोग उसकी जगह पे कभी भी एप्सिलॉन पुट नहीं करेंगे, बिकॉज हम लोग अभी वही प्रोसेस फॉलो कर रहे हैं कि देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी एप्सिलॉन। ओके, सो ए सी ओरिजिनल था वो रहने देते हैं। उसके बाद हम दूसरा पॉसिबिलिटी होगा कि अगर क्या बोलते हैं, ए को अगर बी, ए प्रोड्यूसेस बीसी में अगर हम एप्सिलॉन पुट कर दे, सो ए विल आल्सो, ए कैन आल्सो प्रोड्यूस एप्सिलॉन, सो इन दैट केस द अबव फर्स्ट प्रोडक्शन will turn to BAC. So capital B, then small a, then C. Similarly हमारे पास अगर हम लोग ए बी सी तीनों को ही हम लोग एप्सिलॉन पुट कर दे, सो वी विल बी ओनली लेफ्ट विथ स्मॉल ए। ओके,
हेलो
सो ए सी, देन ए बी ए,
हेलो
देन ए, देन
चलो
अगर ए और
असाइनमेंट
बी
आ
दोनों
गया
को पुट
करो।
कर दे, देन आई विल लैंड अप टू
ए गौतम का बच्चा,
only I
ए
will
ঐশী ওইটা
land up
দেখ
to
না,
where?
ওটা 9।
If I put A or C both as epsilon,
আমি এখনো
I will
করিনি,
land up to
আমি এখন অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট খুলেছি, আমি আর
capital B
হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ খুলতে
and
পারবো
small
না।
a, right?
ও
Capital
আসতে দে সবাইকে, শুরু করছো
সবাই তো
সবাই
চলে
small a. So ये जो मैं यहाँ पे
কই
इतना
10
आसानी से यहाँ पे
क्वेश्चन
लिख दे रही हूँ, इसका मतलब ये है कि मैं यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी
मत
मैंने
बोलो,
यहाँ पे देख
क्या
लिया
बोल
है
रहे
कि
हैं गौतम?
पुट करने के बाद क्या हो रहा है। आप लोग यहाँ पे जब प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो आप लोग का भी ये हो जाएगा कि कैपिटल बी के बाद आपको स्मॉल ए ही आएगा इफ यू पुट A and C both as epsilon. Okay. Okay. Next, अगर AC के बजाय अगर AB को अगर हम लोग दोनों को epsilon पुट करते हैं, then I will land up to small AC, right? So small a followed by capital C. Okay. So इस तरीके से हमने देखा कि अगर मुझे इस एप्सिलॉन को हटाना है, एप्सिलॉन is having noise, somebody has unmuted himself or herself, please mute.
एग्जाम कर
So-
रहे हो, एक मिनट।
So then this production
Madam,
is
in MCQ
actually,
it is showing four.
sorry, come again.
Madam, in MCQ it is showing 3, means 3 exams. Which one to do?
Let me check. Wait.
Oh, madam, it's assignment. Okay.
Hmm?
C8. Oh, sorry, madam, it's there. C8 MCQ. The first 3 was assignment, 1 assignment.
Got it or not? Have you got
हेलो,
it?
अनम्यूट करो तो तुम लोग।
Yes, madam.
खराब।
Okay. So that means if I
Recording বন্ধ করে
rewrite my grammar, then what is going to happen?
बोल
Equivalent
class
to
से
this
समाधान
above
আছে।
grammar, you will place this epsilon wherever this
कितना बड़ा
B
बड़ा
and
क्वेश्चन
C
दिया
is
है ना
appearing.
रे
That means capital B
खुलेছিস?
and capital C is appearing, and eventually the A is
अरे
also
3
in a position that
Search
it will
করছি।
produce epsilon. So you are putting in place of capital A, you are putting
तुम लोग
epsilon,
क्या
and you
कर
are
रहे हो आओ तो
rewriting your production and adding the all possible
बाप रे
cases that may happen if you put epsilon in those non-terminals. Okay. But for other symbols, what can be the case? For other symbols means other productions I'm talking. So for other
धर
productions
बुलबुल
also
नहीं है
you
क्या
will
क्लास में
encounter
दिमाग खराब
in this situation
अरे
that A
क्लास
produces
बिना
BC
लीव
was
किए
earlier
आ जा
there. Earlier only A produces BC was there, but if you put B as epsilon, so you can have possibilities of only C, capital C, or if you put C as epsilon, then you can have a possibilities of capital B. So this is called rewriting of your grammar symbol. Similarly, epsilon
क्या
has
बे
gone right now. So if your epsilon has
आंसर
gone,
बोल
so
जल्दी
your
से
third production will
एग्जाम हो
be
रहा है
capital B produces
जल्दी बोल
only small b,
भूख
এজ
लगा
আছে এগুলো
or capital C
সার্চ
produces
তো করছি না বুঝ থেকে
small c.
আমি যেগুলো ছোট
Sorry,
ছোট কোশ্চেন ওগুলোই করবো
capital C produces
আমি
capital
সব
B,
পুরোটা
পরপর
টাইপ
হয়ে
করছি
গেছে আমি পরপর
ফার্স্টটা
হয়ে
পেলি
D produces
ফার্স্টটা বল
मंडल तो
L1
फिजिक्स रूम
इक्वल
से
टू
नहीं
L2
ठीक है
small d.
अपरटा
Okay. So यहाँ पे हम लोग
दाঁড়া
बेसिकली यहाँ पे
एक
हमने क्या
मिनट
दिखाने की
मिनट
कोशिश किया है कि अगर आपके
टाइपটা 3
प्रोडक्शन
3
रूल सेट में एप्सिलॉन प्रोडक्शन है तो उस एप्सिलॉन को जो जनरेट कर रहा है बी और सी, बेसिकली यहाँ पे पहला देखने को मिला कि बी एंड सी इज एक्चुअली जनरेटिंग इट.
ये लोग
तो जो
अनम्यूट
जनरेटर
नहीं
है
करेगा
एप्सिलॉन
समझ
का,
में आ गया
उनको आप
नॉइस
वही
जहां जहां उनका राइट
हम
हैंड साइड
तुमको
में
आंसर
यूटिलाइजेशन हुआ
व्हाट्सएप
है
में बता
वहां
रहे
वहां आप उनको पुट
अरे
करो,
तीन
और
तीन
पुट करने
तीन
के
तीन
बाद
वाला
हर एक
कौन सा है
प्रोडक्शन में क्या चेंजेस आप
तुम
लाओगे
पागल हो
कि
चुके हो
ये
मुझे
एप्सिलॉन
समझ
के
में आ
बगैर
गया
भी काम चल जाएगा,
कौन
या
एक ही
फिर
एग्जाम्पल
एप्सिलॉन के
एक
बगैर
एग्जाम
भी
है
आपका
वही ओपन कर
सेम
बैठ
इनपुट
बोलो
स्ट्रिंग
आंसर
जनरेट
बोलो
होगा, वो पॉसिबिलिटीज
तुम
आपको
बोलो
खोज के निकालना है. ओके, सो मैंने यहाँ पे
वो
एक
क्या
चीज दिखाया
मतलब
कि ए और बी को मैंने
तुम
डिफरेंट
अनम्यूट
डिफरेंट
करके क्या
प्लेसेस
कर
में
रहे थे बैठ के
एप्सिलॉन पुट करने के बाद मेरा पहला प्रोडक्शन जो सिर्फ एक 4 सिंबल्स का राइट हैंड साइड जनरेट कर रहा था, जब मैंने बी और सी के डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्लेसेस पे या फिर ए के डिफरेंट प्लेसेस पे मैंने एप्सिलॉन को पुट किया तो मेरे पास कितने सारे
देवपीता
पॉसिबिलिटीज
स्क्रीनशॉट
जनरेट
लेकर
हो गए.
सेंड
तो
करेगी
इस
मुझे
तरीके
लग
से
रहा है
हम
उस
लोग
दिन की
पार्सर
तरह
में अगर एप्सिलॉन प्रोडक्शन हमें हटाना है, सो वी हैव टू create all such
इज सो
possibilities.
हेल्पफुल
Okay,
मंडल
clear to
अल्फाबेट
all of you?
हाँ ये कौन सा आउटपुट अल्फाबेट होगा 3 नंबर
Hello?
yes yes ma'am
सब एग्जाम दे रहा
Okay.
है
So from
हम
this I
नहीं
will discuss tomorrow. Just
नहीं।
anybody please
हो गया
confirm
खत्म
আমি
that whether
সবগুলো
you
পেয়ে
can
গেছি
see that
মানে
test or not.
আপাতত
हाँ referred as
Madam, we are able to give the exams.
stream of
You are able to give. Okay, fine. Then let me take your attendance and then you leave and submit your test.
ফোন নাম্বার কি
Just
করেছিস
let me
নান অফ
give
দা
me 1 minute.
না আর ওইটা সিকোয়েন্স অফ যেটা আছে
sequence
Okay, CR means Shumon, Sudhendu and Sohel.
ये
Please
कौन सा है
attend
बोलो
one
ना
meeting at
आज
4:30
वाला
today. I have
टुडे
mailed you,
3
right?
PM वही वाला
हाँ
You
भैया
have a meeting at
वही
4:30
वाला
now with ITS.
हो गया
Please attend that.
आंसर
पूरा
बताइए
Okay.
पहला कौन सा
चल
है
आंसर बोल
Okay, I have
अंकिता
taken your attendance. So I am
पाँच
leaving. You also leave and submit your test. Okay.
5
ठीक है?
कहाँ है
बोलो.
जनरेट्स एन एरर
वन से बोलो ना वन से
ठीक
হ্যাঁ
है
করো
वन से बोल
1
করো
L1
মানে আমার
equal
পার্সোনাল
to
হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে
L2
করো তাহলে.
ओके
ঠিক
एक
আছে. ওকে করো. ঠিক
क्या
আছে.
हुआ?
Then I'm
बोलते
leaving.
থাকো
Huh?
ना
You
तू
submit your
बोलते
test.
থাকো
2 type 3 language 3 output alphabet